The Groups tab allows you to manage a set of public and private groups and allow users to follow any public group. You can then send push notifications to specific group followers. So this is a powerful way to segment your audience and send targeted push messages. The default Groups tab displays public groups in alphabetical order. Tapping on a group takes the user to the group detail view. I'm going to follow this group and then go back to the Groups tab. Notice now I have a 1 next to the Personal subtab label right here. The Personal subtab shows all groups, whether public or private, that I am following. Speaking of private groups, they are a great way to share important, sensitive information because these groups are only displayed for members. Private groups are invitation only and membership is managed by admins. Notice under the gear icon, I have a 1 here under private groups. I've already set one up. When I tap on it, I get the list of my private groups. I can tap the one I want and manage its membership, again, under the gear icon, under users. You can manually enter users here by simply entering name and email, or you can search your user base with the search box, or you can import users using a CSV file upload, which you can export from Excel. Now let's go back to our group and add a description. Let's add a description to our Ultimate Frisbee group. This is done in the same way as adding a header to any tab or managing a Flex tab. You just tap Add Edit Description up here and assemble your Flex items into a compelling description. Now I'm going to add an image from my library. And I will add a text block with some text describing my group and telling people why they should join it. Okay, save that. I click back. And now I've got my description. One thing to note here is that as users hit follow, the description collapses because we assume they've gotten what they need from the description, but they can also expand it anytime they want. Now you'll notice here there are 3 gear icons in the group details view. Here, here, and here. We've already seen we can manage group settings up here. We can manage the settings, the description, and the users. But each group can also share a calendar. So under events, we can add events or we can add event feeds such as a Google Calendar sync. You can also share news with your group using the Add News option, or you can link a news feed like an Instagram feed or Twitter feed. And finally, you can add comments to the comment box. I'm seeing these gear icons, by the way, because I'm an admin. Regular users will not see these options at all, including this comment box. Now, the comment box allows you to send a quick personal message to all your group members. Note that it comes from me personally. That's me. Alternatively, you can use the Add News option here to create more formal news that comes from the group. Speaking of comments, under your group settings, you have the ability here under group settings to open up commenting to all group members under settings. Right now, the default setting is permission only, but you can open it up to everyone. But remember that any comment posted to the group sends a push notification to all followers. Finally, if we go back to the Groups tab, the Public sub-tab, you notice that the groups are listed in alphabetical order. This is the default. You do have the ability to override this by going into Tab Settings and selecting Manage Group List manually. Let me save that. What it does is just basically hide the list and just display the header content that you manage manually. So now I can go into Add Edit Header Content, and I can add, let's say, a grid item with a nice photo of my Frisbee. Name it Ultimate Frisbee or whatever I want. Whoops. And then I link it using this call to action. Now this is an in-app destination. I'm going to set the destination, go to the Groups tab up here and find it. Save it. And now you have a more photo-centric look to your Groups tab.